Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night thrift haul. We go live every Saturday night at 8:30 Mountain Time to show you what we purchased throughout the last week. We tell you what we paid for and what we're going to sell it for. Tonight is a little bit of a hybrid. It's a little bit of thrifting and a little bit of our England haul. It's pretty much the last of it. There are a few stragglers, things that maybe will
5 pieces of art I need to list, or we'll call it ephemera.
And I am planning on going through a few of my own personal things, possibly selling a few because I brought a few home for myself. So there might be some extra ones coming in, but pretty much this is the last England haul. It has been like a marathon to get it all done because I wanted to give everybody enough time to do like Christmas shopping or to put in special requests. If you're like me, I'm not a big, like, I want lots of things. I'm usually like, there's a couple of things that I'm really excited about that are maybe more big ticket items. So I like to know like in advance what I'm going to put on my request list, if anything at all.
Because do you have a request list this year? I haven't seen it yet.
No, not really. Zeb and I actually don't like do a lot for each other for Christmas. We're mostly like stockings. And then occasionally we'll do something. I did see some overalls I thought were cute.
Here's the thing. I've been a full-grown adult for a while. If I need something, I just go get it.
Oh, I did. Usually with Zeb, it's like things I want him to make. And for Zeb, what he wants me to make is like today when we've been working on cleaning out the basement, organizing our food storage, and he wanted bread, and I made him homemade bread. So that's usually him. He wants me to cook for him.
Some bread with my soup. All right, let's get into this. Some of the things are thrifted from our local thrift store here. We went to the Deseret Industries thrift store. Just one this week, and if you saw Monday's video, you saw a lot of these items already, but we're going to break them down and tell you what we're going to do with them.
If you guys are wanting to shop along, everything is listed at JamieRayVintage.com, and I do have a confession to make. There were about a half a dozen things that were not in draft form that were active, and a couple of them may have sold sooner than before, and it's my fault. I listed like 100 items over the last couple of days, and I was supposed to keep yesterday's stuff active and today's stuff drafted, and a few things got mixed up. So I apologize for that.
There's still lots.
There's still lots of good things.
All right. So this clock we got here from the DI, as we like to call it, because Deseret Industries is a mouthful. This clock is pretty cool. It's got all kinds of world time on it.
I think it's like 10 all total, like 10 clocks in one. And I looked it up. I could only find 2, and the one that I could find the price for that had sold for $250. So we're selling ours for $189.95. We are not painting it. We are leaving it as is. There is some
repair.
Yeah, we do need to. Well, all we need to do is get little clips to hold the back on.
Yep, the back.
There is some spots where I felt like it was a little bit cracked. It's from like the 70s. It wasn't cracked, but what's it called? Like where the wood split. I took close-up pictures of that. It's not super crazy. All right.
It's called the Round the World clock. All right. We paid $12 for this at the thrift store. And I
had no idea it was worth so much money. I was thinking it might be worth like maybe $75, $85 if I was lucky. But then when I found that there were only a couple, and the one that sold for $250, I was like, wow.
I got to repair that back and clean it up. It's all dusty.
Okay, next up, we have these 2 birds. They are $22.95 each. And the reason why they probably would be more like $16.95, but I'm planning on glittering these. And glitter gets an extra fee because anybody that has crafted with glitter knows that it's like some gets on you, some gets on somebody else, some gets on everything you touch. So these are going to get painted and glittered this week. I happen to have some glitter left over from last year's craft kits that we sent out for Christmas time. So I might glitter a few things. I love a little glitter in my life.
All right, this tote. I actually love this tote. The shape of it, it's solid. It might be like top 5 shop project totes that I've picked up. It's really good. I like the handle. I like the shape. It's a good size for just like, if you need a little tote for gardening or just decor around the house.
And this one's going to be $28.95. Those birds already sold, and she doesn't want them painted. So not to worry. Glitter's coming out this week one way or the other. So
because you were real worried about the glitter.
Well, I've just been.
No, I love it when the glitter comes out.
The other reason we've been really working hard to get through all these boxes is because we need to put the new flooring in here. And because we need to get started decorating for Christmas because it takes us a
We
while.
need to work on the cottage.
And we need to work on our cottage and so many other things.
We need to finish cleaning up the garden. The tomatoes are all the way done, and we left those just kind of in when we left.
There's just a few things, so
it's fine.
We're getting there. We can check
winter there all
listing
year,
this stuff off our list.
All right, so
what's doing? It's glitching.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. Is it like the internet?
Everything looks good.
Let me.
End, but I can't confirm. We've had so many technical errors.
I'm just gonna double check on my end just to make sure. If you guys are on Facebook, if you can also please share this, that helps us out a ton.
So I believe this is Greek.
What? Yes, Greek Orthodox, and it did sell. That was one of the items accidentally
we found it thrifting.
Had listed.
It's hard to not get it to glare. It's so someone like made this backer and cut the glass and pressed this in. Like you can see where they just hammered it. It's handmade, but super great little. I don't even know what you call it. It's like almost like a gold leafing, but I think that it's just really old. It was $1.50, and we didn't price it tonight because Jamie said it already sold. Right? How much did you charge for this? Do you remember?
Oh. I don't know. Now
Putting you on the spot.
I don't know.
Okay, let's get into some England stuff.
I looked it up and then I made my best educated guess because I couldn't find anything exactly like that.
This is an old milk jug. It actually was listed for various things, but the most common thing that came up when I was searching for it was milk.
Yeah.
And it's a really heavy gauge copper, like so thick. It's probably the thickest copper piece we picked up while we were over there in England.
And I know it was for milk, but if I had it, I would want to, I test it to make sure it's safe. I don't know how old it is. Make sure there's no lead in it. But copper has purifying properties. So in some third world countries, if they can get their hands on copper, they'll put their water in copper to purify it. So that's what I thought it was a water jug. But when I looked it up, it said copper. And it's really pretty. I love it.
At one point, this would have been attached. It is no longer attached. When we had it, it had this little, when I found it, it had this little ring on there. It doesn't stay on very well though. Here, I'll just clasp it a little tighter so that doesn't get lost. It does have this ding in the front.
I photographed that.
If you want a close look at it, but I don't know if you guys saw that pan that Jamie and I shined up the other day. If you want to put a little elbow grease in it, it could be this shiny here.
Yeah, it's really good. And maybe if it doesn't sell, we'll add some to it.
If it doesn't sell after a while, I'm going to polish it up. I just didn't have time today to do it. There you go. You can see how shiny that is up there.
Okay, next up we have a copper kettle. Sorry, not a teapot. And I think we're kind of to the point where we're catching our breath with them. When I first started listing them, holy moly, they were selling like crazy. And I think now we maybe have half a dozen, but that's.
You're welcome. I pretty much bought everyone I saw.
Bought
I think
over
we got
20 or something. We have maybe
20-ish.
6 left. So these are a little bit higher ticket items. So I thought they would take longer to sell, but I'm glad that we bought as many as we did because these have been really popular and they can polish up so pretty. This one is $139.95. It's older. And I priced a lot of them depending upon the age. Like this is forged. You can see where it's attached here. It's not like your cheap, have you ever seen those cheapy little copper teapots you could get at the thrift store? This is definitely not that. It's heavy duty. It's old. It's got the patina. I think this one is the 3 ridges is like a Leopold or Henry, the something. There's a style because I don't know if you know this about England, but every king or queen has their own style of stuff.
Approved by the king or queen.
And so certain things are called certain things based off of the style that the king or queen used. I am no expert. I do my very, very best. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I feel like I need to have a disclaimer. Zeb and I have spent hours upon hours upon hours researching all the things that we're selling, but we're not like antique dealers that have been selling stuff from England for 50 years. I'm not even that old. So we just do our very best and try to price competitively considering. But luckily the internet has a wealth of information on it. And these aren't listed, by the way.
Oh, you're keeping these two?
I just don't know if I'm keeping those, so I can't.
I don't know
list
where
them.
you're going to use them, but
I mean, you never know. You never know.
and I'm going to have to retrofit them from metric to
All right.
standard.
Oh, I was gonna say something too. If you guys can do a huge favor every now and then, because I know we're all on here to chit chat with each other and catch up, if you can comment about what we're showing, it helps the algorithm. I've been doing some research and they were saying live videos where people are like excited about what's going on in the video, the algorithm, the AI actually picks it up and then pushes it out. So if you see something that you like or that you have questions on or you're interested in or you think it's cool, make sure to throw those comments in there too, because that will help us get this video out. So I was going to tell you guys that last week when I did the research, but I forgot. So throwing that out there.
The live videos do great, but if they continue on the downtrend that they've been on the last year, like we might start doing something different. It's not a risk of going away. We've been doing these for like 5 years now, but we might do them like once a month sort of thing. All right. Knockoff Cornishware.
I don't know that it's knockoff. I have to say, while I give that the disclaimer that I'm no expert, I actually found somewhere that said not labeled Cornishware. And I'm like, I feel like if it's actual Cornishware, it would be labeled. And the stripes are not as crisp.
I feel like the milk is too crisp. It is under the glaze though. Like all of this is under the glaze.
And so I priced it not that it was Cornishware. I just priced it off of a cute picture from England that said milk. That's blue and white striped.
It's $24.95.
It's $24.95.
And it does have crazing. It is older. And you can, I'm trying to get the camera to pick it up, but it's not.
Thank you guys. All the comments about the stuff we're showing. You guys are the best. Our people are the best people. I mean, I might be partial. Okay, next up we have these bowls that we picked up. So these are actually from the thrift store here. They're not labeled on the back, but I was excited to find them because I've been looking for green and red. These actually have pink and blue as well, but I'm trying to find more green and red dishes for the holidays. And these are beautiful bowls. They're $16.95 each, and I paid $1.50 each.
Those have like green, red, and gold. Those are just hitting all the way around.
And they're not like
it's
thin china. They're heavier, more like a stoneware type, like heavy porcelain, I guess.
Those ones we got here. This was from the DI this week. All right, show them the rest of your.
The size for the English enamel mint pot with lid. Okay, don't hate me because I don't have that. That's at the shop, but I know exactly. It's about this big. How big do you think that is?
8 to 10 inches.
Okay, and about this tall.
Yeah. Okay, so 7 to 8 inches.
I feel like most women, like men are like, get the measuring tape out. Women are visual. So that the mint enamel pot is so cute. But yeah, it's about this big, not that tall. If you want, you can email Caitlin, and then if it's still there on Monday, Maria will measure it for you. I am planning on going back and adding measurements to a lot of things, but like I said, I think we've listed like, Caitlin, do you know how many items
1,000 things
in the England
that are still drafted because we're waiting to draft them or get rid of them?
So there was like 80 things in there before we got started. So we've listed almost 1,000 items from England. That's crazy.
All right, so not crazy old Cornishware, but this is the real deal here. And you can see kind of like the little crazing and this little crack here, but it doesn't go all the way through.
But it's more modern because it says
it does go all the way through.
Dishwasher, freezer, and oven safe. So this is from the new factory. They've re-upped making the Cornishware, and these I actually paid a pretty penny for at a charity shop. We went to that bummer of a boot sale, and then there was a charity shop right around the corner, and it totally worked out.
Like selling candy bars and toilet paper at it.
Yeah, so these range in price from $74 to $24 to, I think this one is $19.95 for this Cornishware.
It's listed on the bottom of this tee.
Yeah, so they're $24.95 for this set, $24.95 for the creamer, and then $19.95 for the bowl. And this is, again, this is all the more modern, because you can just tell. The other Cornishware I have has this shield on the bottom. So I tried in all my listings to include the maker's mark, so that way some people want only the vintage stuff. Some people actually like the more modern stuff. So I just wanted to show them.
Did you tell them this one's $74 for the pitcher? Okay.
Thanks, BLB, love all the items you guys brought home, Jamie and Zeb. Jamie says, I hate autocorrect. I don't know what she typed before, but I hate autocorrect too.
It really makes me spell bad. And then when I spell right, I'm second guessing myself. I'm like, how come that's trying to change that?
Well, the other day, Zeb, can you move this so I can move these things back here?
Yeah.
The other day I went to type unbox and apparently autocorrect thought there's no way I could mean unbox. So they switched it to inbox and messed up my entire post.
Well, we got a new channel member. I can't read it.
Susan just bought the mint pot.
Oh, Renee. Renee, re-up.
It says that she's been a member for 55 months. She's been my sister all my life, though. So did these measurements work for you? That's how I am. I'm like, I would actually rather have somebody give me a visual of how big something is than tell me the inches, because I'm not really good with inches.
Tell them about your cheese box / hat box. Disclaimer, I have been served Italian food out of a wheel of cheese that was bigger than this.
Oh, that was me when I had the carbonara.
I had the cheese though.
You had the cheese?
They gave me some cheese to taste out of it.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay, so these are bentwood boxes. We're going to sell the set for $99.95. I think we paid $5 and $3. Our plan is to paint them. I'm sure that's going to involve some sort of artwork, stenciling, transfer, inlay, something on the top, or maybe on the side. I haven't decided yet, but there's so much surface area.
They're made by Kay's Cabinets and Furniture, makers of the finest wood, leather, and leather-bound trunks and traveling cases. Merchants and
maybe we shouldn't
shops,
paint them.
No, I can't read that. It's like in a funky
They
cursive.
signed it.
Yep. The maker
Crawford, Colorado.
Yep, Crawford, Colorado.
Caitlin, if these haven't sold, would you take off the will be painted, and we'll just try to leave them as is, because somebody might want these, since these were
they are sealed.
I was gonna. Well, they didn't feel like craft store boxes to me, but
so,
I was like, I feel like I should paint them.
So this is like it looks like a pine veneer, but this on top is this is maple. This is like a maple veneer on the top.
I don't know. I totally missed that. I'm glad that we caught that, because
I read it the other day when I was
there's actually
loading them
filler in this. So yeah.
Yep.
They're like cabinet grade. We're going to leave them as is. They have not sold, and Caitlin edited the title. Perfect. If they don't sell and they stick around for 6 months or more, I might occasionally I'll pull things out of the shop and paint them to get them new, but somebody might want them as is.
And those we got here. Those
Kai said that she just bought the Little English Village Street print. So quaint.
Oh, let me show you. Let me show you, Kai.
Let's get it. Do you guys want to see the prints? These are Zeb's babies.
I have a ton of prints, so I'm.
Here, let me just show those while you grab the prints.
I'm not gonna list out everything, because there's 30 things over here. I think it'd take us most of the live stream.
Didn't buy a lot of textiles while I was in England.
They're expensive.
They're
ridiculously expensive.
This is I don't want to say hand. It's machine made, homemade, I guess. And it is a duvet cover, and we measured it. It's full size, and they did a really good job. I love this print, but I actually really love, for Christmas, this side. How cute would it be to do up your bed for Christmas? I wish it was a queen, because I feel like more people have queens, but.
All right, flip it around so they can see it again. Other way.
So they actually sewed the fabric. This is how I know it's homemade, because they sewed the fabric wasn't wide enough. So there's seams.
All right, hold it still for a sec. There, you can get a good, it's like old wallpaper almost.
Yeah, it's really cool. $34.95 for this one. And it's really, really well made. It's got a nice heavy ticking stripe. And
then now I forgot which one Kai bought.
A big cozy sweater pillow with the insert. It's $22.95. So cute. Love the tassels on that. Yeah, people are always telling me, please buy linens and stuff. And I'm like, I cannot spend hundreds of dollars on linens, because I just don't know what they'd sell for back here in the States.
It had no glass but the black frame. Aha! I know exactly which one that is.
Jenny says she has a slipcover wing chair in the exact same stripe. That's fun. That is a popular ticking stripe. I've used it a lot for Christmas decor.
Is this the one you got? This one's fun. Doesn't have any glass in the frame, but I left it like that because the way they do their frames over there, they seal everything up so good. I'm like, I don't want to take out the backing on that.
Zeb, this is a good Zeb question. Can you put tongue oil over butcher block oil?
Yes, you can. The
Make
butcher
sure
block oil is kind of breathable, but so is the tongue oil. The tongue oil will eventually cure hard. Usually takes about 30 days. And the tongue oil that we sell from Sweet Pickens is pure enough that it is food safe.
Okay.
Not all tongue oil is, so you got to check if you're using it. All right, this is the one Kai got.
Okay, just make sure I'm not missing any questions. Somebody commented they can't believe how many items we got back from England, right? Actually, I totally forgot. I was going to do a video of the last box, like all the things that fit in it. Most of the things you're seeing tonight that are from England, except for some of the prints and things, all came from one box.
Okay, Caitlin, I'm going to rapid fire. If this doesn't sell right away, we may eventually drop it into its own like art collection. Map, $36.95. Really quick about these. These are out of what was a self-proclaimed oldest Irish pub
in London,
and they closed down in 2022. Probably COVID or whatever got them because they got shut down hard over there as far as like places to eat and food. Like no one was going anywhere.
The way that these were hung is indicative of pubs. Like they've got these little brass clips on the side.
They put them on there so when the brawls break out,
yeah, they screw them in. They don't just have like hanging. Like if you go to pubs, most of their art is like screwed to the wall.
So the Tipperary is what it was called.
Yeah,
and they're the self-proclaimed oldest Irish pub. When I looked up the history on the pub itself, it had been a pub since the 1500s in that same location, but it didn't become an Irish pub until the late 1800s.
Aren't all pubs Irish?
But it's still one of the oldest ones there. Anyway, so this is Fleet Street. This one is $54.95.
This one, the frame completely broke.
The frame we don't have for this one. There's like a set of these lords and dukes. Just this one with just the print is $34. This one here is $64. The frame got kind of beat up getting it home. But these are all out of that pub, and it'll say if you forget which ones were from the pub,
we went through and
it says, because the Irish stuff, ironically, the Irish stuff we're bringing home sells like bam. It doesn't last.
I'm wondering if there's less Irish stuff on the market. I don't know.
So this one is Lord Charles Russell. I don't know who these guys are. Did not check the history on them. This is kind of fun. One of these has glass. One of these does not.
Try not to put stuff on top of this.
Okay. This one is the Young Ireland. It's an Irish magazine of entertainment and instruction. And this one is from Dublin, Saturday, 15th June, 1878. And the reason they had this hanging on the wall is it's a tell of Tipperary, which is the name of the pub. And anyway, so this one has this print or this date, the June 15th, had chapter, what is that, 9? It's either 9 or 11. I don't know Roman numerals that well. And this one had chapter, I want to say 18.
And these, so everything that
this one was later. This date is from July, so July 20th. So 35 days later, they were up to chapter 15 in there.
Everything that came from the Tipperary came from my friend Rusty, and they were actually all gifts that he gave to us. We were like, what about these? He's like, oh, you can just have them. I don't know if he didn't like value them or if he just was being nice, because he is pretty nice. And we did buy a lot of inventory. We typically do when we see him. It's our biggest chunk of change dropped is with my croc dealer. Or if, I don't know, maybe he just, they don't sell at his markets, but we took them just because we love art. And then we came home and they were pretty valuable. So we're going to have to, I feel like we owe Rusty a pub dinner.
Yeah.
So next time we go to England, we're taking Rusty out.
That's all from the pub. Okay. Then I had some prints. These are just some landscapes. This one is just some guys. I couldn't find the actual name on this or the artist. It's an old print. A lot of times, sorry, the glare is terrible. We did pretty good job getting the pictures without glare if you're on the website. This one here was $18.95. This one is $28.95. This is a colored engraving.
Oh, Zeb, Mary said that she has a full-size antique bed and she bought the duvet cover.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. I'm glad it's getting a good home. I couldn't leave it there. I'm like, this is...
I told you everyone's got a full bed in their guest room.
Well, I guess you're right.
Because Jamie's like, oh, it's not a queen. I don't know if I want it. This one here is $28.95. I think I showed you that one enough. This I was talking about the day color.
They want us to go to Scotland. We want to go to Scotland.
I wanted to go up this time. We'd already driven like 1,600 miles and we only got as far north as Nottingham.
Yeah, and next time we're actually planning on staying south and just staying in one place, but maybe
might take a day. It's like an 8-hour drive from where we normally stay. That's a lot of time of our time in England in the car.
Yeah, we'll see. If we don't do it next time, maybe the time after. Our plan next time is just to stay down in Sussex.
So this one is Bringing Back the Catch by W.L. Lloyd. And he was, I don't know if he was doing art or if this is when they think this was from, 1875 to 1929. That might have been his life. $44.95 for this one in the frame. This is also a print. Some of these are just prints, but they're old prints.
Caitlin, do you want to text me the share winners from this week?
Okay.
If you guys are new here and you have access to Facebook, because Facebook is the only place we can do it because we can track sharing. If you share our videos, our posts, anything on the Jamie Ray Vintage business page, from the Jamie Ray Vintage business page, then we put you in for the opportunity to win Happy Mail. And we send all kinds of fun stuff. Sometimes paint, sometimes stencils, sometimes a dented can of wax that we couldn't resell, but it's still a great value. Sometimes it's something I made. So make sure you guys are sharing on Facebook, and then Caitlin will text me the winners and I'll announce them. Oh, she put them up here. Okay, share winners are Kathy Brown, Kathy with a C, C-A-T-H-I-E Brown, and Karen Francis. If that is you, be sure to email info@jamierayvintage.com with your mailing address. And it doesn't matter where you're at in the world, as long as it's legal to ship to you, we'll send you some Happy Mail.
All right. If you are, we found a lot of train, I want to call it ephemera and art when we were in Hungerford, because the train station is literally like right there downtown. And it runs all the way to London.
Oh, Hungerford has, yeah.
So we found a lot of train tickets and things like that when we were in the antique shop. These are just prints of, the artist's name is in the listing. I can't remember his name. They're from 1911 was the original art, but these are prints.
Carolyn says I look tired. No, I am, but like no more than usual. I just didn't, this is yesterday's makeup because I haven't left the house today.
So these prints are fun. If you got someone that loves trains in your life, like they're all $24.95. They're nice.
Oh, that one's pretty.
It's got a castle in the background.
That one's like very Thomas the Train.
Yeah, this is an older steam engine or steam locomotive, I guess they would call them. I don't know. I'm not a huge. I love trains, but not a huge.
Marcia said her inkwells that she bought from us are on the window ledge in her kitchen.
All right, so I think I've got 6 of these, and they're all listed like the titles underneath them. So Proud Steam, Burnmouth Bell, just trains in different things in
Zeb spent
England.
Hours. I'm not kidding. Hours going through the ephemera and the train area and the maps. So just so much fun stuff.
A detailed map of Speen. They've got the Long Plantation and the Owen Plantation, all kinds of different stuff. Starville. So
do you want to show them some of the smaller ephemera? Oh, it's over there.
Yes, these are $4.95, right?
We have a lot of people that want something from our trip, and we like to have things at all price points. So whenever we are in England, I'm not just looking for the high ticket items. I'm always looking for small things that people can get they want like souvenirs from our trip. And I found these, they were 50 pence each, and they are all authentic ephemera. They're pretty much all train related. I would say they're probably all train related. I just didn't specifically look in them. And we're shipping them at random. At that price point, I can't spend the time to go through and like itemize each one. So we're leaving them in the original little packages that we purchased them in. And they are $4.95 each. So if you're wanting something for like a stocking stuffer for a train lover, or if you just love ephemera or you're a scrapbooker, I priced these and we bought, I think we bought 44 of them.
So these are
So that way you
very
guys can
old.
pick 'em up.
Some of them are like pre-1900s. Most of them are early 1900s. Like this one is dated January 14th, 1903. There's just a bunch.
Some of them may be a better deal than others. Like some of them, like I could probably sell for a lot more, but I just thought it'd be fun to like have something inexpensive that people could pick up. So my shirt, Caitlin, can you drop a link to my shirt? They shouldn't be sold out. Oh, these are the Heather ones. I think the Heather ones we don't have anymore. We have the hot pink that's like solid. These were a miss, like they were a mist color. They were supposed to be solid, but we do have the I Love Junk shirts. I think we have them up to a 3X. We have them printed here in Lehigh, Utah with a local printing company, and they come in like black or gray, I can't remember, and pink.
This is a receipt of a letter, might have even been like through a telegram service that was at the train station from 1912.
Leslie and I are twins. She's wearing her hot pink one right now. Leslie, I think you were wearing the hot pink one when I saw you in California. It's not like zooming in.
It's not focusing. Anyway, that's pretty legible, but I just love the handwriting. This one's from 1929. There's a bunch of them. Then we got like...
There's 44. Zeb loves the ephemera too.
These are chosen at random. I don't know if Jamie told you.
If you watch the video and you saw me sitting on the ground going through the box, that is what I was digging through. I was like, oh my gosh, these are such a good price. We can like pick up a ton of them so people can get them and they won't be super expensive. So I really just went through and I cherry picked all the best ones. I could have just bought the whole box, but I cherry picked all the best ones and brought them home. So.
All right, that's it for the art. I have like 5 more pieces of art that I didn't quite get listed before the video started tonight, but
it's good. And I've been pleasantly surprised. People have been excited. Oh, don't show them those.
I'm going to tease them because they probably won't make it to a live stream.
Okay.
So this is a station that we drove through this town, or at least close to it. It's a auction for like oxen, sheep, cows, pigs, things like that. These flyers sell for like 150 pounds when I looked them up. I don't have them listed yet. They're not going to be quite that much, but this one is from 1896. It's a flyer for the auction. This one here, someone wrote, you can see the handwriting here. They had like probably who they owed on the back here.
I like the fat sheep.
Yeah, this one's 120 fat sheep, 6 in lamb.
If you don't know what in lamb means, 6 are pregnant.
This one's from 1885, and these are the actual flyers.
12 fat beast. I'm like, watch what you're calling your animals, man. They're gonna get their feelings hurt.
Fat hogs, porkets, and store pigs. Apparently, that was how they advertised if the pig was fat.
Ava wanted to know if they have surnames on them. Are you talking about on the ephemera that's $4.95 each?
Some do, because it has people's names for like ticket stubs and things.
This one was for somebody whose mom loved forget-me-not, so I'm actually going to move that over there. That one's not listed.
All right, we're got like 25
26 minutes. We're good.
Okay.
Can you reprint that for decoupage paper? Yeah. So we will scan some of it.
I am going to take some of these I already have, but the original, to have the original ephemera, like I shop for this stuff everywhere we go, whether it's like Round Top or England or France. Even here in our own antique stores and online, actually, you can get a lot of it off of Etsy, like the original stuff. Some of these things that we're selling for $4.95 would cost you like $30 on like a popular Etsy shop. It's ridiculous. But to have the original stuff from like the late 1800s, early 1900s, that's what you pay.
Yeah, one of the things that's been really popular is we had the little cards, the little castle cards, the cigarette cards that we've been selling. We didn't like do them individually. Those have been really popular. And then also postcards. So if you guys are traveling abroad, things like ephemera, postcards, the little cigarette cards, anything that's flat, you can take a ton without having a lot of space and then bring them back to your booth. So even if you're not crazy like us, shipping 18, 19 boxes back from England.
We actually thought it was 19, but now we're questioning it.
I don't know. I need to look through all of them again. But even if you're not doing that, you can still buy on your travels and bring home inventory for your booths. if you're just smart about the things that you're picking up. All right, so we're going to rapid fire, keep going here. This tray is from Hong Kong. It was $2. It's silver plated. I like the scalloped edges. I'm kind of stopping buying the round ones just because I have a decent amount in the shop, but I love the scalloped edges and the embossed detail on this one. And it's $22.95. We're coming up on the holidays, so people are buying more silver to host with. So if you guys have spaces, like if you guys are resellers like us and you have a booth, take and make a little space just for like hosting and serving and have all your things set up together, and you'll do well because people are excited to buy that this time of year. These I picked up at the antique mall. This one is Virile Bone Marrow, and it's $49.95. We've actually sold a good amount of Crocs this time. Last time we didn't sell as many, and now I'm like, shoot, I could have probably bought a few more. But I wanted to. I mean, we bought a lot, right?
Well, we had some left over, but they were pretty rough. Some of them,
yeah.
Or they were.
These
like
were
really
in much
expensive.
better condition. So, these were $49.95 each. This one is Plum Tree, and then this one I haven't seen before. It's Far North homemade potted meats.
The Far North.
Far North. I was like, how do you pronounce that? I almost growled
at it trying to say Far North right there. I was
like, $49.95 for each of these. And then these are what we would call this crockery in the States. They call it earthenware in England. And they're just little creamers, brown earthenware, and they're $19.95 each for these. Okay, I already sold one of these. I don't know if this one has sold yet, but I had two, and I found one in one box and one in the other.
I just like that they're stamped like half-liter over here on the side.
This one has a little bit of like some sort of blue. Oh, I think that was your permanent marker was on your finger.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on my finger. It's all over my finger.
I hope you didn't you best look at all that stuff. You're going to be in so much trouble.
Touching it a lot.
ITT?
Yeah.
Intent to touch?
Yeah.
We'll be going through all that here in a second. I actually don't see any, so I told you be careful.
It's pretty dry.
So
some of that's old enough. I probably should have gloves on.
The reason why these shipped separately is this shipped inside of here. And I had another one, and it shipped inside of an enamel. So when you guys if you are going to take stuff home, constantly be thinking, what can I put inside of stuff? I never ship home enamel without something inside of it because it helps out. I never have anything break if it's inside of enamel. I just like package it really good, put extra like crumpled up newspaper and tape it on. Anyways, pro tip. This one is $14.95. This I think is going to be popular for Christmas just because of the coloring. It's usually you find them white with black or white with navy blue or light blue, but this one has a red rim and it's $126.95. It's just French enamel. Pretty little picture, good size too. I didn't find any. I found maybe one or two big ones this time. This is a coffee pot, and normally you find them and this is all you get. I actually have a yellow complete coffee pot on my shelf over there that I wouldn't let go of. That was the first one I found. This one probably not quite as old because it has a hard plastic. This one's vintage topper, but it's not.
Oh,
it's like that.
I would probably
hard
say like
plastic.
Late 40s, 50s.
Yeah. And it's got the little strainer for the coffee. I actually don't drink or make coffee, so I have no idea how that works, but I know what it is. $129.95 for this yellow one. And this is the only yellow one I found on my trip, I think. I found some mint, some blue, some white. I don't think I found any yellow.
No, I didn't have any yellow. All right, tell them about your little pudding cups.
Oh my God.
I'm going to show you close so that you can see the blue-green on
So
them.
we were at a car boot, and this lady was selling these. I think they were like 50 pence a piece or something. And I just love them because they're blue-green. I don't know if you can tell that on the camera, but they're
I think you can pick it up.
And I'm digging through them because I'm thinking these would be so cute to make little candles in or to melt hard soap and pour it in here to make like how cute would this be with soap in it? And then put a little brush on the top next to your sink. So if they don't all sell, I may be doing that with some of them. And I just love the color and the fluted edge. So I'm digging through because she had a bunch and some of them weren't blue-green and I only wanted the blue-green ones. And she's like, what are you going to do with all those? And I was like, I'm shipping them back to the States. She goes, they have cheesecake in them. So apparently there's these fancy cheesecakes you can buy in England and they make these cutie little blue-green jars for them. I'm like, only in England. I
Like
mean,
how
look at the
fancy
bottom.
are they
Can
that
you
they're
guys see
coming in all
the?
these individual, like this is the individual serving.
There's like a lacy detail on the bottom. They're not old at all. They're for English cheesecakes or whatever. You can't buy them here in the States. I looked them up. And maybe you could have them imported. Anyways, I dug through and I bought 20 something of them. And yeah, so they made it home, and whatever doesn't sell, I'm going to get crafty. And I did look it up. Some people take them and make like pin cushions with them. I'm a junker, so to me it was worth shipping them home. And they're $4.95. Yeah, $4.95 each. So
I'm going to handle this one as carefully as I possibly can. This is Poems by Ella Wheeler Wilcox.
She liked me so much, she gave me the plastic bowl that it came in. And so I actually wrapped them all up, put them in the plastic bowl, put bubble wrap on the top, and then taped it shut. And that's how they safely got home, because of the plastic bowl.
So I actually don't know the date on this. This is leather bound. It's been hard used. It's not wanting to hold together, but it's poetry. And I don't know. Did you price this?
Mojo, Sainsbury's does sell these glass pots. Sainsbury's, Tesco sells these cheesecakes. I looked it up to see if they sold them here in the States, but they don't.
Jamie, I don't know the price on this. Do you remember what you priced it? You did this one.
I didn't do that one.
Oh, then this one didn't make it. Next week.
I told you I didn't do the books.
Oh. Well, I did a bunch of books, but they were like yesterday, and this one missed it.
Did you show them this already?
I didn't. You want to hand me that?
Yeah.
We didn't get.
I was just like losing my mind talking about blue-green.
We didn't find
jars.
Last time we found a few boxes with like labeling and logos, things like that. This one, I didn't even realize what it was when I got it. I'm like, oh, I got to have that box. The finest Scotch, Fraserburgh, quality kippers. Anyway, the box is just really cool. Not
Judy said she must be from the UK. She's like, I put lots in the recycling. Well, now you're going to want to save them and make candles for all your friends in them, and buy hard soap. You can take pretty much any hard soap and microwave it or cook it on the stove and stir it. And then you could put it inside one of these.
You want to know what's crazy to me? Some of these boxes with, they had a little bit crisper labeling. We're selling for like $120, $130. Our box it's a little worse for wear. It's got some dings and something spilled in it, and over here it's a little bowed. So mine is only $79.95, but old box.
Les, we do have some Bibles, not tonight, but we showed them. Was it the first last week or the week before?
Yeah, I think if you search Bible on the
we have some
website, it should come up.
Bendy ones. They're old.
Yeah.
Old.
Watch out for those ones.
Vicky wants to know what we would do to get a jadeite color.
It's really hard because it's almost like a creamy green with like white in there. But then if you put too much, you get too much cream. It's like,
I like vintage mint.
It's really hard.
And then just add white till you get the shade that not vintage. Well, vintage mint if you're using cottage colors. If you're using DIY, mint chip, either one of those, and then just add some white till you get the shade that you want.
Against Jamie's better judgment, tell them your reasoning. I'm like, you're selling those? I didn't know you were going to sell those. She's selling them because her kitchen isn't in a place where she can display them properly right now. Because we're going to hopefully in the next year be redoing the kitchen, because this was our builder grade get moved in kitchen situation.
Listen, okay, there's a stove I have my eye on, and it's really expensive. So I'm parting with some of my favorite things so that way I can buy this stove so I can make you some tasty treats. And I don't want these to get like broken, and I don't have anywhere to like display them right now. So I just thought I'm gonna let somebody else enjoy them. And then I will just find some more the next time I go to England, because we found 2 this trip. And
they've got wood turned handles. They're porcelain. This one is the nut brown, made in England. And then this one is blue.
So this one actually, if you guys follow For the Love of Kitchens from the Magnolia Network, the Duval Kitchen, they have this exact one in their Bath location, and it was not for sale. And then I wound up finding it in an antique store and picked it up. And then I found this one at an antique store too. It's a different brand. And it looks like Cornishware, but it's not. It's like Sadler.
This is Sadler and also made in England.
Yeah, that one's Sadler. And these are just really cool, really popular. They don't go for cheap even in England. And these are $89.95 each. And you know, worst case, if they don't sell, then I will keep them. But if they do sell, it's fine. I'm going to chalk it up to money for my stove fund. And somebody said my kitchen is beautiful.
We are happy with the way the kitchen turned out. It absolutely is.
The stove does not fit in. Like when we are cooking, it doesn't fit enough pots and pans. You can't use all the burners at once. Even though it looks big, it's really not. And the oven doesn't cook super evenly. And we do a lot of canning and cooking in bulk. And so I just want something bigger. And then the cabinets, while beautiful, are not super well made.
They're
what we could afford.
Like, cheapest thing we could get. They were unfinished from Home Depot.
Yeah.
Not necessarily good rails. The rails on the drawers are all starting
they're not doing great. And so, but Zeb didn't have time to build cabinets for me. So I grabbed these so we could have a kitchen.
You did trim them out.
I did trim them out, and I put really cute hardware, which I will reuse all the hardware. Like Jamie ain't wasting that. And then the butcher block, I just really want marble back there. So the butcher block will turn into cutting boards. Like we will reuse all the things.
This is just a little tiny cheese dish for funsies. It says Norwich on it. It's got a crest on there. This one, I don't know where the price went on it. I dropped it. It floated off. Anyway, it's lots of fun. We had
$16.95 for that.
We had 2 full-size ones arrive.
We had 3 and they all sold.
3.
I was so excited to find the mini ones.
So Jamie called these Zeb's clock collection. She bought one of these clocks.
What? So BLB says that she loves the dresser we just finished. If you guys haven't checked it out, please watch our video from Friday. It's kind of fun. We unboxed the sink that we got for the cottage that we shipped back. And we did an inlay kind of inspired. We went to this really high-end antique store. The dressers were thousands upon thousands of dollars, like $5,000+ a dresser. And they had all these like very distressed, aged, like stenciled and hand-painted pieces. And so when I saw that piece, that dresser we picked up for $25, I was like, if we use an inlay, we can replicate that look. And I was really pleasantly surprised at how much it really looked like those dressers that were like $5,000+ at the antique store. So thank you.
All right, rapid fire clocks. Some of these are not necessarily old. I would say like mid-century modern. This is probably 70s. It is resin, but I just love the look of it. It is Juliana quartz on the timepiece. $28.95 on this one. It did take a little damage. These little finials on top are wired in, and you can now kind of see the wire on there. I'm not going to mess with it. If someone wants to like do some air dry clay and paint this on their own, they can. This one, $28.95 on that one.
We did test them all, but when we sell clocks, we always sell them as is, because just going in the mail, sometimes things can get jostled loose, and we are not clock experts.
And you got to have like some special labeling and things to ship batteries, and so we don't ship them with batteries.
We always sell our clocks as is. We check them, we make sure they work, and then we ship them. So this one is brass, but not like solid brass, not super heavy.
$26.95 on this one.
It does have a little bit of like water, like rust on the bottom, but so
I would call it tarnish.
Tarnish. I just think they're really cute on nightstands. To be honest,
this is President quartz. This one's made in Germany.
I don't look at I look at my phone if I want to know what time it is.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of clocks that I don't even bother to fix to make work.
So this one is porcelain with like a brass handle. Just great detail on this and good coloring. The maroon with the gold is good. This one is $22.95. And then this one.
Oh, that's valid. Kaylin says she hates hearing clocks ticking.
So it bothers Keziah at the shop too. I had wound a clock up, and it was intermittently. I was like trying to fiddle with it and make sure it worked. And we sent it like under the caveat, probably needs like a professional clock tuner to work on this, because I got it close, but it wasn't like keeping good time. Anyway, we drop it off at the shop, and it's like all day long. I'm like, it's working now. And because I was like, can we like put that outside or something? It's driving me crazy.
So we don't wind our clocks. So this one is Swiss. If you guys know, like Swiss is the like creme de la creme of clocks. This one is like heavy, solid brass. It's not battery operated. It's $89.95.
It's a wind up.
I saw them 200 and up, but we're not clock experts, so I figure safe to sell at $89.95 if somebody wants to take a gamble on it and go from there.
You know, even if you just like the way it looks, I'm going to bring it close so you can see the detail on the face of this.
Love the cheese keeper. Rosie bought the little cheese keeper. I'm not thinking of an AGA range. Those, like the one that the Ballerina Farms, I think those are like $30,000. I've looked at some French and English and Italian ones. I need to do some research and see which one is best. Because this is like the last range I ever want to buy. So I'm going to do some serious research. The thing is, like this, we bought this on the clearance section. This stove was $2,400 new. We didn't pay that much because I'm a good shopper. We have had to replace
like $1,500.
We've had to replace all the knobs.
And that one's broken.
And that one's broken
crooked.
again. One of them's kind of touchy. That's probably why it was on clearance. And the ovens do not bake evenly.
So the reason it was on clearance is because someone bought it and whoever installed it could not get the sound of the gas. It was like whistling like a whine sound through the pipes. And so they returned it, and the guy installing it could not get it to stop. I plugged it in here. I've never heard anything, but
that's because we're loud. So how would we hear it? But yeah, $2,400 for this one. And there's all those issues. So I'm going to do some research, and we're probably looking at somewhere like in the $5,000 range. But that requires me, doing some little extra parting of some things. Sometimes if you really want something, you got to part with some other things to make it happen. And so that's what I'm working on.
Disclaimer, we are super hard on appliances. We use them like crazy. We cook a ton. We're a big family. We can on them. Like, we need an industrial stove, and we've never had one. It's not
an appliance, it's equipment. It's like you have your tractor and you want a bigger tractor, and you have your CNC machine and all the woodworking tools. I need a tool that's going to fit all my pots and pans and it's not going to break.
All right, back with the thrift haul. Enamel. This is not old. This is a repop. Jamie's going through her own collection. I found it in the basement today, I believe.
No, it's from my bathroom.
Jamie found it in the bathroom, I believe.
No, it was next to my, see, there's the table that I'm selling too.
That's why. I'm like, I don't know.
So next to my tub,
I've been cleaning out the basement, and there's all kinds of stuff down there that I've been sending Eliza up. I'm like, go ask Mom if she wants to keep this. Go ask Mom if she wants to keep this. So I have this table
next to my tub, but I actually want one of those trays. That is on my Christmas list. I want Zeb to make me one of those trays for my tub. Oh, and nice. So in effort to get that, I'm selling the things that were next to my tub. So this was just, we used to sell these wholesale for a lot more than this. So $14.95 on this. And then do you want to show them
let me get the
table?
Off of it. I've been just stacking things over here on it. So the little table, we staged it up in the house, and we had a couple in the shop, and I think those have sold since. But this just comes apart and packs flat, but it's got like a lacy pressed tin.
We sell one in the shop that's over $100. This one has some like rings on it, but I actually think I can get those off. It's already distressed. So I marked it down to $89.95. It's basically in new condition. It's just been next to my tub. And to be honest, all it holds is dog shampoo, because Seb and I pretty much always shower, and the tub is used for Cody.
I'm not a bather. If I'm in the bathtub, it's got to be a pretty giant bathtub for me to get fully submerged. And I just hate fighting. Like, I got to either my head's way out, my shoulders are way out, or my knees are out, or, it's a thing.
Well, eventually we want to have like a custom tub made, so that way he can fit. It's big enough space for a bigger tub. The one we have is big enough. It fits me.
All right, we got 5 minutes, because last time we went over, the camera didn't love us, and I'm
going to stop talking.
Fix that. Okay, finial. From the thrift store. This one, we know the price is still here. We remember what we paid for. It was $3. Selling it for $18.95. It probably had a base on the top, but we're gonna stain that up so that it matches.
Something else I'm parting with.
Oh,
Zeb never installed this because it's illegal to have a lighting fixture that you can touch from the tub. And it ducks down there a little bit, so it ducks
down a little bit. Like, I would be looking at this part of it eye level.
So I'm parting with it. We've had a good run, but it's just been sitting in the corner of my bathroom.
Needless to say, I never installed it for her.
We never hung it, so I have no idea if it needs to be rewired. I paid a lot of money for it. It's got all these crystals on it. It's got like these cherub bases. It's antique, but they've like put more modern screws in here, so I think they've like updated it. This is all beaded, like hand beaded that they twisted around all the edges, and it's $499.95. All money going to the stove fund. I finally decided to part with it. I'm like, somebody else should enjoy this because it's just sitting there because I've been too like, I just love it so much. I didn't want to get rid of it, but I haven't done anything with it.
All right, so we got this artist box. I opened it up. It still smells like England in here.
It smells like England. What exactly does England smell like?
A boot fair. It's a little musty. England actually smells really nice because it rains a lot and keeps their air pretty clean from what I can see. This is going to be $139.95.
Monogrammed?
It does have a WME. Someone monogrammed it. Handmade. And it's got this green, I don't know what this is. It's like they resined this down. It almost
it's like plastic shelf liner.
Yeah, something. But just great inside. I love all the age on it.
And the handle is like metal, but also leather.
Yeah, it's leather wrapped on the handle. Was green at one point. You can see that there. And even the second coat of paint has like crackle and chipping in it.
We've sold a couple of artist boxes. I listed an artist box a couple days ago that had like the paddle in it. And I sold it for a lot more because it had the artist paddle. What's it called? Like,
so we had
what's that called that you mix the colors on?
Your palette.
Palette, not paddle. And
it looked like a paddle. So this one, the hinge is gone on it. We had one that was missing a hinge and someone had taken an old leather belt and wrapped it around there.
We have super chat. I don't want to interrupt you, but
go ahead.
Leslie Johnson.
For
Leslie. The stove fund. Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Leslie. There's a lot more people worthy of need that need stuff. So I don't want people to feel like I'm like making them feel sorry for me that I need this thousands and thousands of dollar stoves.
But we will put it in the bank and
I will totally put that in my fund. But I'm just saying, if you see me sell some of my personal things, it's just because I feel like if you really want something, sometimes you got to give up something and then you appreciate it so much more. So thank you, Leslie.
All right. So I love this box. I would do, instead of putting another hinge on, I really liked that leather belt on the other one that we had.
I like the
keep
handle
this
on
closed. Yeah, this leather wrapped handle is good. All right, next we got a couple more things. What else
do we have? We have this bottle. This is one from my amber bottle collection. It's $6.95. I have a bunch of them, so I decided to part with that one. Oh, we didn't show these. Do you want to show these? These are all $19.95 each. These are all brooches, all costume jewelry. This one is probably my favorite. It's got like turquoise beads and flowers. I don't think they're real turquoise. And then we've got a couple of traditional brooches.
I mean, it's hard to say. All right, hand me the rest of those. Okay. You want to hand me those little boxes too?
What little? Oh, and we need to show the horse brass. Oh, and we have 3 things over here. We're getting there.
Jamie got some pearls for the girls, and we haven't found them. I think they might have gotten thrown away. She had them wrapped in newspaper, and they were really small. They just looked like extra stuffing.
Oh, Mojo's off to the car boot. Hopefully you get some good stuff. Sorry, they weren't super spendy pearls, and if I can't find them next time we go to England, I will get you some nice ones, and I'll put them. I'll mail it to hopefully. You. Yeah. So this is a little peel box. It's like a navy blue enamel with hand painted flowers on that peel box. Kelly says, I have an old amber glass bottle that says Clorox. I have a couple of, one's Clorox and one's Purex. I use them for fall.
This one's just porcelain. That's
made in Britain, I think, or.
And where?
Doesn't it say made in Britain on that?
It's bone china, British made.
British made.
Great Britain is how they say that. Because back in the day, it was Britannia.
And Mojo says it's a big one on a farm. Hopefully the weather's good. The farm ones are always so fun, but if the weather's like even remotely wet, they cancel it because it's just a mud pit. Okay, so we've got 3 more things. This one I think came originally from my sister Deborah. Zeb found it in the basement. Hopefully she doesn't get mad that I'm selling it, but it already sold for $22.95. And then
this is a Union steel chest made in the USA. From Leroy, New York. It even has a patent 61360. It's you could use it for like all kinds of things, but
we need to fix the camera, but last time we did it, it messed it up, so I don't know.
I'm going. We're gonna do it.
Okay. Oh, okay, we're good.
I think I figured out why it did it. This does open. You got to push hard. It's old. But look at that, guys.
It's like a tackle box, toolbox. Organize all your craft supplies. You know what I love?
I would use this for
what
like
do you
little
think I love the
knobs,
most about that?
nuts, the blue.
And the handle.
Oh,
It's like a light blue handle.
Matches the inside.
It's super cute. Actually, I think it's a different shade. I feel like the inside is more like dusty and the handle's more baby blue. And then this is just vintage wallpaper that I found. I don't know how much, that much. And it's $19.95 for the whole roll. I thought it would be really good to dry line drawers in.
I think we made it. That's everything. The heart box. I'm going to cut that heart out of the handle, and we're going to refinish that. Yeah,
Zeb's going to make this square, and then we're going to refinish it. I don't know how.
And this lantern. This is going to be $29.95. We're going to refinish this.
This is going to get all cleaned up, and this will be $49.95. It's all rusty and good.
This is not like the hat box. This is like a barrel. This is thick.
Yeah. Well, it's made on the bottom. It says, fine wood products handmade in the USA by Norwegian wood. Oh, this box a billion years ago was $30.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's from Provo Craft, and I can tell by the
they've been out of business for longer than we've lived.
15 years, so that's probably 25. So with inflation, that box is probably worth like $60.
Well, we're selling it for $29.95 after I
for the same price as the stamp below.
The heart in this is not bad, but it makes it very like specific, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm just going to make this like a handle you can put a couple fingers in and use it, and we'll either stain it or stencil it or do something fun on there.
All right, guys, thank you for following along, and thank you for shopping. It was so much fun and so much work to go to England, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat, and we're hoping we get to go next year. If you have any questions, email info@JamieRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, please hit that share button, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
We'll see you on the next episode.